Landfall. So Ian has made landfall as a Category 4, winds of 155 miles per hour, just 2 miles per hour short of that Category 5 status. This is an incredibly strong storm, and everyone in the area around that eye wall especially really needs to be staying inside.
On September 28th, Hurricane Ian made landfall on Florida's west coast, drawing the attention of millions of people all over the world. With unimaginably high winds came a torrent of water that laid waste to the infrastructure of residential communities all throughout the region. The tropical cyclone left boats capsized, homes utterly disheveled, and millions of Florida's citizens without power for days. A short time after a proper assessment of the resulting damage, Ian was declared as the deadliest hurricane to besiege the Sunshine State since the start of the 21st century.
I look out and see the Suburban they were in submerged, and they were able to hold the camera gear up. And by the time they got to right here, that water was about right here, and they were having trouble walking to the boat. So if we would have waited another 5 minutes, it would have been too late. They would have been washed away.
As weeks passed, with the eventual restoration of electrical power, it became evident that a complete restoration of Southwest Florida's broader infrastructure would require a lot of time and many more helping hands. Luckily, God shows his compassion through the willing hearts of his children.
Tonight, with families and crews still cleaning up after Hurricane Ian, one charitable organization is on the ground with thousands of volunteers in Southwest Florida and Sarasota.
The charity Samaritan's Purse has galvanized more than 3,000 volunteers. They plan to help distressed homeowners in Lee, Charlotte, and Sarasota counties for the next few months.
Tarps, power tools, mobile showers and kitchens, all packed up on the way to Central Florida. These supplies will help keep volunteers in the Sunshine State for however long they may be needed.
Sailor says Samaritan's Purse plans to keep those crews on the ground in Florida through December, if not longer. And they say they need more volunteers to help more people.
My name is Julian on behalf of Captain Tom, First Officer Chris, and our wonderful Newark-based crew. I'm happy to welcome you on board our 2-hour, 30-minute flight to Fort Myers. Thank you, Malish Mud members.
Okay, we have arrived in Florida, Fort Myers. The COJ team has made it here successfully. For people like me, it's our first time here, and we're blessed to be here, so let's go. Let's go. So we are out here at Calvary Baptist Church in Englewood, Florida, and we are with Church of Jesus, and we are volunteering through Samaritan's Purse. So here we are in Englewood, Florida, doing disaster relief work. If you point to the Samaritan's Purse, we are out here doing the work for Jesus Christ and helping those that are in need following Hurricane Ian. We arrived safely, so yes, here we go. Now the work begins.
Clean it, get out for the next guy. The shower is not the place to primp, it's not the place to do your hair, brush your teeth, bring a bottle of water. Because we don't know where the water comes from that they put in there. So bring a bottle of water. You're welcome to keep bottles of water in your room. Please do not keep any other food in your room because we don't want critters.
Some of these families have children now living as one died that others might live. How unknown are the ways of God. One person's disappointment, one person's not appointment became another's appointment. Weeks ago, a hurricane hit this area. Thousands across the state, many of them up in the Tampa area, praying what? Praying that somehow this storm would be diverted and spared. And it was. But what was not appointed for them became what? Became appointed for this area.
Oh gosh.
We have taken in 3,353 requests for assistance, and that's over the entire time that we've been here. We have completed 626 of those requests and still have 1,742 to go. We have had a total of 1,923 volunteers come through this site, and that's for a total of 37,059 volunteer hours. Something really cool, if you don't know, we record all of these hours that you're working, and the county gets reimbursed by FEMA. The county or the city gets reimbursed by FEMA for the hours that you put in, and that allows them money to rebuild. And so that's why we keep track of those hours. That's why we always hound you about filling out the sign-in sheet and all of that, because we want to make sure we're recording accurate hours to be able to report that back to them.
This is the morning of the second day. It is almost 5:30 in the morning. Trying to keep my voice a little bit low because there are some people still sleeping at these adjacent buildings over here to my left and my right, which I'll show you in a minute. But I slept on the ground in a sleeping bag. It wasn't that bad, but I'm actually looking forward to the work we're about to do today. Our site leader told us a lot about what we had to look forward to and what we were going to do, and it's going to be a busy day for sure. So yeah, day 2 in Florida. Let's do it.
Documentary. Oh, thanks, Angie. Yeah. Here we are. We're in La Casa here. We just were working at this gentleman's home, spraying shockwave on the roof, the interior, after they removed the insulation and drywall and everything. So we're making sure everything's good to go, and we're about to move over to a different spot here in a minute. As you can see, it's kind of cloudy right now. Not too sure what the weather will have in store for us today, but we will see what happens.
Out of Florida, the major storm slamming the East Coast overnight.
Tropical storm Nicole made landfall as a Cat 1 hurricane. Storm warnings are in effect across Florida into Georgia and South Carolina. You know our chief meteorologist, Ginger Z. She's there in Daytona Beach. A tornado watch has also been issued there. Good morning, Ginger.
Robin, good morning to you. We are still getting whipped by those outer tentacles of Nicole. That debris behind me keeps splashing up and over. Look at our drone. Now you can see how this erosion is going to be a problem through the day. Even as this storm weakens, it keeps pushing water toward the coast, and that will be detrimental. We'll be dealing with Nicole all throughout the rest of today.
We have been working here in Inglewood. Today it's very rainy. Another hurricane is coming, unfortunately, but we are on our way to a separate house to do a moving job. And again, like I said, if anyone feels moved or led to come help the people of Inglewood, and especially in this community, it's only 65 and older residents living here. So it's very a lot of these people cannot help, do a lot of the work. So that's why it's very important. Samaritan's Purse has a lot of volunteers. It's over 1,000, close to 2,000 people that have volunteered in this area, which is great. But, this area could use all the help that they can get. So if you feel led, go visit the Samaritan's Purse website and, put in all of your information and come serve. It's a blessing to serve others in these communities because they certainly need it, and we do it with the love of Christ, of course. So yes.
Amen.
Amen.